Welcome to our first video all about weather station models. Please make sure that you have your fill-in-the-blank notes that you're following along. We're starting on the first page with section 10, weather station models. So please make sure that you're on the right page. So what are weather station models? Well, we learned about what meteorologists are, and they are scientists that study the weather. So those meteorologists use something called weather station model, or from here on out called station models, as a way to symbolize what the weather is currently or what it will be based on all those other factors we talked about: barometric pressure, humidity, temperature, wind, and precipitation. So this is what a weather system model would look like, and it includes all of those different factors: our wind speed and direction, the barometric pressure, the barometric trends, precipitation that have been happening in the past 6 hours, that's key, the cloud cover or the sky conditions, the weather, what it is currently and present, and our visibility of the sky, what the dew point is, and temperature, and these are both in Fahrenheit. And our wind speed, remember, is done in knots, not miles or kilometers per hour. So now we're in our table on our notes, and we're filling in what cloud cover is and what it's shown by. So cloud cover is represented by the body of the model, that big circle you see in the middle. And depending on how it's shaded, will show you the amount of cloud coverage you have. Now we've talked about clear skies, partly cloudy, mostly cloudy, and cloudy or overcast. So depending on how full your circle is, will depend on how much cloud coverage you have in the sky. Here we have half a circle, which means that it is partly cloudy. Next we have temperature, which is written in our upper left-hand corner of the model. We're in degrees Fahrenheit. And then our present weather is also on the left side, and it's a symbol next to our visibility. Now, depending on the symbol, here we have a little asterisk or star, will depend on what type of weather it is. Now, how do we know that? Well, here we are. Here's the table, and it's in your notes. So if it's drizzling out, we have like a little apostrophe. Raining would be a solid period. Snowing would be that asterisk or star, which kind of looks like a snow crystal. Sleeting is a triangle with a period inside. Freezing rain is like a wave, an up and down wave with a period inside. Hail is a single solid triangle. Fog are two signs that kind of look like an equal sign, two lines. Hazy is two circles next to each other, like an infinity sign or a sideways 8. You see rain showers and snow showers will look similar. It's your triangle from hail and sleet turned upside down, and your snow or rain symbol, the period or star. Smog is this funny looking straight up line and waves to show that it's high up clouds. Thunderstorm, you can see that lightning kind of hitting. Hurricane, we've seen this on the Weather Channel, I'm sure, looks like the actual eye of the storm and it's spinning. And then a tornado are two brackets that are facing inwards towards each other. So wind direction is represented by that big, tall line that you see connected to the body of your weather station model. It has wind speed and direction. Remember, wind speed is in knots. So we're drawing the line in the direction from which it's blowing from. Remember, we don't tell where it's going to with the direction, it's where it originated from. So in here, the wind is blowing from the northwest. It may be helpful for you to draw that compass rose on your notes. Remember, your compass rose would have your north and your south, your east, and your west. And you can make sure you draw those sublines so you would know north, west, north, east, south, east. Oh, the pen doesn't want to write today. And south, not north, west. Okay, so maybe draw that real quick on your notes so that when we're drawing the wind direction, it's going to be drawn towards where it's coming from. So if our wind was going to the northeast, this whole piece would be over here instead. So please make sure that you draw that compass rose. So now we're talking about wind speed. Our wind speed is represented with lines called feathers, those little pieces that come off. And depending on how it looks or how many lines you have, would tell us the speed. So here we have 15. It's a long line and a short line. If there were two long lines, it'd be 20. Two lines and a short would be 25. So you can see that they're going up by an increment that is easy to count. Okay, the half feather is 5, a triangle would be 50, and the long ones represent 10. So we can easily calculate the speed of the wind once we know those numbers. And if there was no piece here, no wind, then there would be no wind at all for our weather at that point. Visibility and dew point. So visibility is written in the middle left of our station model towards our left side. And the maximum is visibility is 10 miles. So you can't go over 10 miles of visibility. You can't have 20, you can't have 50, but you can have less than 10. And our dew point is written in degrees Fahrenheit underneath that. Amount of precipitation is on the bottom right, and it's in the past 6 hours. So you're not going to include things that happened yesterday or 3 days ago. It's only within the past 6 hours, and it's in inches. Sorry, 1,040 millibars. So how do we find barometric pressure? When we're reading it, we're going to place a 9 or a 10 in front of the digits. The first digit is less than or equal to 4. You're going to put a 10 in front of it. And if not, you're going to put a 9 in front of it. And then you're going to add a decimal point between the last two numbers. The change in the barometric pressure is written right underneath it, and depending on if it's continuously falling, falling steady, rising, you'll have a slash or a slash in the horizontal line, depending on how the barometric pressure is reacting in our weather area. So now that you've kind of learned a little bit about barometric pressure and visibility and dew point, and now we've learned about our weather station models, click the next video to see how to actually read it and practice writing our own. Thanks for watching.